Hello everyone, welcome back to my computer project. So this week I put in the XOR gate board that I built. Last week I showed you it was unfinished, but now I've finished wiring it up. Tested it, worked fine first time, which is always nice. And I've added it to on top of the adder stack. And what I'll do, I'll show you it first before I show you it working. Alright, so let's see if I can tip this over and get away with it. Probably not. Okay, so I don't know if you can see down here, there's a new board. This was the board I was using over there before for fixing the output of this to actually work with the register. Now it's on the front panel, which is where it belongs, and all these switches are now tied to that properly. I haven't done this side yet because I need another one of those boards and I'll stack it on top. But these all go into that, and then these wires, so these switches, now go to the XOR board, which has an input here. So when this is high, it doesn't invert the input. I think that's right. Yeah. And when it's low, it inverts the input. And on here, so this is the output of the XOR gate. This goes to the inputs, which is where the switches went before. So now I can say, give it the normal input, or give it the inverted input. So I can choose between addition and subtraction. I've also got the carry inline here, so that when you want to do subtraction, you invert the input, one of the inputs, and you also add one to it. So that's that setup. I don't know if that was in my last video, but yeah, the tri-state buffer for the ALU is now in, and it works. You can selectively output it. So that's tied to the register, so you can sort of have them both off, nothing happens. Have one of them on, nothing happens. Well, actually, if you have the register on, it just reads in zeros because there's nothing on the bus. But yeah, that all works. So yeah, so I'll show you this adding up first. Center this. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, this there's a slight issue with the breadboard's connections here. It's only with 2 for some reason. If I do 4 or 3, it's fine, but if I do 2, okay, it's fine now. Whatever. But yeah, that's just breadboard connections. It's nothing to do with. There's no issues there. So yeah. So what I want to show here is. So if I add all the bits here, so you start off, so you get FF, and then I add 1 to that, you get 0 because it's an overflow. Now if I do that with subtraction, you'll see something else, and I'll show you that in a second. So I'm switching over those pins. So that's the inverter pin, the XOR pin, so it will invert all the inputs, and this is the carry pin. Right, so now you see we have 0, 0. Now, these first 8 bits are actually the number you're subtracting. So if I do 1 here, it's actually going to subtract 1. Now, because this is overflowed, or practically it's overflowed, it's 0, 0. If I minus 1 from 0, you get FF. So it's overflowed in the opposite direction. So if you have FF and add 1, you get 0. If you have 0 and you minus 1, you get FF. So we can see that's working. So these bits are still normal, but subtraction works, and I'll show you that. So we have 1 and we minus 1, gives us 0. If we have 2 minus 1, we get 1. And this works all the way through. So if I do this, so keep a note, that is FE, and add 1 to that is FF. So if I minus 1 from that, it goes to FE. So yeah, subtraction is working. What else? So I have been trying to tidy up the wires a bit. Let me just disconnect this. Yeah, so here I've been trying to tidy it up a bit. I still need to get rid of all these. I want to add another board on top of this just to show, like just with LEDs on it, just to show you what's happening. Just make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, just trying to tidy up. Stop using some of these DuPont cables because they cause more issues than they solve. And yeah. Oh yeah, you haven't actually seen the back. That's what the back looks like, with the holes cut out for the fans. Okay, so I have one item of post. I ordered this before lockdown, don't worry, so I didn't deprive anyone of any food. Right. So what this is just some JST connectors, and these were for the fan. Well, the fans. You can see they have JST connectors. So I was actually just going to cut these and just plug them directly into something, but I thought, why not just, actually get some connectors for them. So hopefully these are the right ones. Yep. Alright, so... Ow! Ow. Right, so what I could do is I could put those on a board and then just connect those to it, as they are. And if I wanted to replace these later, I can take them out without having to desolder or mess about with anything. So, yeah, that would be quite cool. As for stuff I'm working on next, I don't know. I probably want to keep tidying up the ALU section, because I really want to get this tied down somehow. It's a bit of a mess. I mean, I'm happy with just having addition and subtraction now, like for the time being, even though I've got logical boards to add in. I don't think I'll do that yet. I just want to get all these cables freed up, everything tied down, that positioned. Yeah, it's a lot of things to overcome at once, but yeah, it's going well. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.